what's up with the show. One to where you still got kids writing essays on. 472. Shout out to Chris. He came through.
Came back there. And you go, okay. And she said,
okay, he done. He turned. It's not money, baby. They don't need cash in their hands.
Right. So now with the focus on
regardless of the fact. You don't know. You don't know his fucking intentions.
Attention now. What are people? Listen, I'm gonna take my time down here.
right. I didn't understand.
When I try to conduct,
Come on.
and I'm talking about my in-law niece. My niece, I done bought her.
I was born in the same place I was, but they decided to move along. They traveled here.
I had a homeboy, and I'm thinking about getting the motherfucker. Now I'm trying to hold out. I want to get it done.
They both was the same, but once the money been through, and you just scripted this shit.
They got some diamonds in them. I need them.
Expect you to pay the bills, take care of their family, help you watch their nieces and nephews.
I'm cooking up. That's like I cook up with this nigga.
We're not asking a week. We have said a week. We said a month.
Okay.
But do this or you do that. And so those are the.
Y'all talking about me like a dog.
Stop it!
Y'all good?
This is
For that. Because I'm talking about for me.
I take heed.
She might not even be in no legend.
Keep going.
Yeah, keep your guard.
So
Just keep moving.
pushing.
Okay.
And like what you said, I think the sense of any kind of punishment, it should be kind of like, in a sense,
Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the Smartest Dumb People, and I am the host, Anthony That Dude Johnson. And to my right, always to my right, LV the Great. And to my left, Quando Rondo, my high school best friend. We got a special guest in the building. She goes by the name of Raquel Henderson. She's actually an advocate for the community. She helps out in the community. She also helps people find jobs. She also helps felons find jobs. This woman is dope. We had to have her on. This is what the Smartest Dumb People is about. We find people in the community, helping the community, and we try to bring them on the show to give them a platform and help them get the word out even more. So, Raquel, welcome to the show. We appreciate you.
Give her a warm welcome. Give her a warm
We
welcome.
appreciate you.
Give her a warm welcome.
Yeah, thank you for everything you've done for the community. I got to ask you first, what made you start helping people find jobs?
So as y'all probably know, I am re-entry, so I went to prison. And when I got out of prison, re-entry, it's not what it was today. It was not trendy. It wasn't the thing to do. There wasn't all this grant money behind it. And so I had to essentially create my own opportunities and create my own doors. And so I do what I do so that people can transition back into the community in a productive and effective way and reduce recidivism and be effective in their communities.
Actually, we got a clip. Let's watch the news clip. We got her news clip of her on the news, and we're going to talk about it more. Let's let the people know who she really is by watching this news clip. Here it go. Here go the news. She was on the local news in Omaha, Nebraska. Here it go right here.
She also knows firsthand how difficult landing a job can be. That's why she spends most of her time helping those around her find job opportunities. Almost everything Raquel Henderson does for a living involves helping people reach their goals.
Just to see everybody win, in spite of, no matter what.
At Metro Community College's Fort Omaha campus, she works as a success navigator with a variety of people, including first-generation college students.
I see myself in a lot of the students that I serve.
And through the nonprofit Black and Pink, Henderson helps people re-entering the workforce find employment and education.
I was there. I know what it's like to feel hopeless, to not have a resource, to not have anyone to even ask for help.
She's grateful to hold a bachelor's degree and do meaningful work after a rough past.
I was homeless. I was a victim of domestic violence, sexual assault.
And she says spending time in prison is part of what makes her the person she is today.
And so I also know that aspect of how hard it is trying to find employment, sustainable career employment with background issues, with not being able to pass a criminal background check.
Henderson can only imagine how hard it must be for those with criminal records to find work when there's a global pandemic looming over them too.
And having to do sometimes interviews virtually, not having access to computers, Wi-Fi, internet, laptop, different things like that, not being able to go to the places in the community that have those resources for free due to the pandemic.
In order to have an economy with a strong workforce, Henderson says there needs to be more awareness about resources and second chances, too.
I feel that when people know better, they do better. When they know about the resources, the jobs, the opportunities, 9 times out of 10, they'll take them and they'll use them and they'll become better and better their lives.
Henderson also has more than 7,000 followers on her Facebook page. That's where she posts about job openings, certification programs, and more. I'll put a link to it in this story on KETV.com. On the live desk, I'm Quenecia Fraser. She also knows.
All right, so that's actually the video of her on the local news, basically them giving her a shout out and giving her recognition. And like I said, we like to give people their flowers while they're here, especially when it comes to helping the community, because I'm telling you right now, we need more activists in the community. You dope as hell. I appreciate you. My friends, I didn't know her. So what happened was a friend of mine, a white lady actually, Joan, she was like, this girl Raquel, she's showing people who's hiring, you need to holler at her. She's showing people where to get jobs at, and then I start following her, and then I realized, like, no, she just dope all around. It's not always about the jobs that she is letting people know or being an advocate for that. She's just dope as hell. She's in the community. She's a part of book bag drives. She's doing shit in the community, and like I said, these people don't get recognized often. And like I said, we did a backpack drive. Nobody talked about us, but we like to give people their flowers while they're here.
Important, dog.
I don't want to be that important.
Okay, but that's okay.
But really though, what made you want to help the community the way you helping them? I gotta ask you that.
I think it is, for one, needed. People don't realize that the community is made up of families. So when the family is broken, essentially the community is broken. And so if we, like, my mom was older. I was adopted, you know, and so I was raised really old school. And I come from the time where it took a village, where my neighbors could whoop me and could check me, and where everybody looked out for everybody.
That was in the 30s? No, go ahead.
But that's what it was like for real. My mom was older, so just it took a village, and everybody helped everybody no matter what. It wasn't a group chat thing. It wasn't to be talked about. You just stepped in and helped.
I always talk about, and not to, you just highlighted something for me, and I wanted to. I always thought people that were adopted, they have the best community attitude. You know, is that, and I don't know you personally, but I'm saying, like, I always thought people that were adopted or grew up in families that took them in, which I wasn't adopted, but I felt adopted. You know what I'm saying? And those people sometimes really depend on the community and depend on creating their own family, their own narrative. So I didn't know that about you, but it makes sense of why you were so you were an advocate for the community, because you know how it feels to feel alone. You know what I'm saying?
Do you feel like an activist, or do you feel like that you went through something and if you could keep other individuals from going down that same lane, you would prevent individual. So, like, for example, I got 3 felonies, non-violent, you know what I'm saying, all self-contained. There wasn't no victims in them at all. And so I couldn't get a job. And so my alternative was to go to college. You know what I'm saying? And so enable for me to create what I feel was a alternative stream of revenue. I went to college instead of doing what some people would consider low-level jobs, and I don't want to disrespect nobody. And a job is a job, you know what I'm saying, as long as you're productive. And so my mindset at the time was, these is low-level jobs. Fast food, this, that, and the third, warehouses, you know what I'm saying, anything. And I'm a cerebral worker, you know what I'm saying, I ain't a mule. I ain't here to toil, you know what I'm saying. And so, but they had like a couple. They had like one up here on Dodge in that library, that felony for work. I went to there, and nothing panned out from that. You know what I'm saying? It was nothing. So it was really like I was left on my own to try to figure how can I maneuver in this workforce, being a felon and also sustain a reasonable,
sustainable income. That's the key word.
Income.
Anybody can get out and get a job.
Right.
Is the job going to prevent you from going back to old ways, old environments? Is it going to stop you from not having to hustle on the side? Things like that. That's how you stop recidivism, is by having a sustainable income. That's why my emphasis is like short-term training, post-secondary education, sustainable income. I don't post any job that's less than like $13, $14.
All right,
So when you say recidivism, does that mean return to the system? So that what that term means.
Right.
So when you say, and so instead
the
of them
goal
going
is for
through
someone to get out and
stay
be
out,
effective and productive and not go back.
Okay.
Well, I wanted to years ago. Somebody complained about that. Was somebody complaining?
Yeah, they saying that they can hear the fan. Right, Katie, she always got something to say.
Yeah, just push the fan towards the. Don't turn it off. Yeah. So anyway, I wanted to say, literally years ago, probably 10 years ago, I came up with the idea to where I wanted to create a nonprofit organization for people that have felons. I wanted to take advantage of the actual felon that they have. For example, a guy that robs a bank and gets away with it successfully, and he's found years later, goes to jail, does his time. As a bank owner, I want to know what made this bank robbery successful, and can you help us prevent it from other times? Now, me and LB had that conversation, and LB said, you're giving him an opportunity inside the bank. See, but again,
no, that's not what I said.
That is what you said.
No, what I said was that mentality opens up the door for everybody.
Right,
so that's just like, I would not let a pedophile run a daycare.
But all right, so that's how they feel about a felon.
Crime.
So that's how they feel about a felon, though. So we got to change the narratives of felons. So what I'm saying is, give a felon the opportunity at what they were actually good at.
But it depends on what the felon is
and
for.
you have character.
So you cannot.
You have character checks. Though,
hold on,
bro.
you cannot be committed for a felony assault, and they say, "Well, come work in the adult care center."
All right. So what about this?
That don't make
what about
sense.
drug dealers? Drug dealers are the best salesmen. So give him a salesman job. That's all I'm
Drugs
saying.
sell they sell.
All right. So say nonviolent felons.
But not every drug dealer is an effective at selling drugs.
Yes.
You say come again?
Not every drug dealer is effective at. You don't know some little nickel and dime.
Is that because
forever.
That's true, but drugs. So all the dude got to do is stand there in the corner.
That don't mean he ain't spending the re-up money, smoking up half his product.
You're right.
That's true. But if he just standing in the corner...
All I'm saying is felons deserve a second chance, and I mean with society.
Definitely. They do, because a felon doesn't mean you're a bad person. It just means you made a bad decision. And half the time, people that are not felons have made the same decisions, but just not gotten caught.
And let's be honest. And that's what I said.
So like, they're line to be drawn.
Well, she's right though. So for example, when I used to hustle and sell drugs, I should have had a felon, right? I'm not a felon. I'm no different than a felon. I'm not no different than a felon. Is what I'm saying. All I'm saying is we got to get rid of the stigma. We got to get rid of the stigma that comes along with being a felon, because it's unfair and unjust. Because once you do your time, it's called rehabilitation for a reason. Once you do your time, you should be able to get back out in society.
But you can't.
I know. And that's what makes you...
And not just with other people, but with everything. You can't take advantage of a lot of the opportunities put in place. In
food stamps.
I mean, that's just like with FAFSA.
But if you got, we all know felons was created.
If you got a weed charge...
For systemic racism. Felonies was created for systemic racism.
We cannot... If you get a drug charge
we can't.
while you're receiving student aid, that can disqualify you from ever receiving student aid again. And so, but
people make mistakes.
It's like a great... But it's not.
But that's what she... But that's what makes her dope, is that she's showing people that make mistakes.
I just don't agree that every felon should get...
Leland.
Well, like you say, you're talking about individuals that are arrested for child crimes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what's the difference between a 50-year-old white man looking at pictures of a 12-year-old and your homeboy that's fucking the 16-year-old? Because, sorry.
No, you
go ahead, be
you know
yourself.
What I'm saying? Like,
no, well, the
people's thing is, just like you said, you want to draw a line, but people pick and choose
when
to not like something based on who did it and who they know.
Everybody deserves a second chance if they not repeat offenders. You got to understand this. And I'm not talking about pedophiles, because we all know the rule. Yeah. Pedophiles deserve the death penalty, whatever. I'm saying people make mistakes in life. You have to give them another chance. And I feel like felons, I feel sorry. A lot of my friends are felons, a la Leland. I feel sorry for people, which I can't really say you, because your ass get 10 jobs a year. But I'm saying a lot of my friends are affected by felonies. And I don't think it's fair, because a lot of my friends did the same shit I did. I just got caught. I just didn't get caught. And I feel like I know I'm a good man for society, is all I'm saying. When I was young, I was a product of my environment. I was hustling, selling drugs, being weird, doing weird shit I had no business doing. Now I can't even look at a bag of weed without getting uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like people change, and we have to change with the time, just like we're changing with the LBG community. Mm-hmm. Felons need to ride that coattail with the LBG community and say, what about us? We humans. We have feelings. We are people. We need jobs. We need income. That's what I'm saying, though. There's so many avenues that we can take advantage from the LBG community starting the movement that we already tried with the Black Lives Matter. Now it's time to try with people like that go through things like felonies. Like I said, there are felons that I know that shouldn't be felons. There's felons that I know.
Such thing. If they got felonies, they
only difference between criminal background and, for the most part, in the LGBTQ plus community is that individuals with a criminal background oftentimes make the choice.
Okay.
You know
I didn't mean it like that.
But the world is
but the world is a bit more sensitive to people's feelings.
But also a main difference is they're able to unite and come together and, sentence disparities and racial disparities. The majority of felons are those of African American descent,
and we know it was on
stick together.
And we know it was on purpose. Though.
So have you seen
Jim Crow law, all of that stuff? It was on purpose. I'm saying, like, we all know felons was created to break up the black home.
Together, they're gonna be like, oh, these niggas is like these
so
niggas.
What about the white felons? Have you ever helped any white felons?
Of course, I don't discriminate.
Thank you.
But I will say there are not as many.
Oh yeah, I didn't mean it.
Well, not as many.
Based on
why you say
where we are in
the demographic?
The demographic.
Okay.
So you know what I'm saying, like in Omaha
They can reach out and get that.
So is there a Raquel Henderson in Iowa?
Probably not.
A Karen. What about a Karen Henderson in Iowa? But saying that to say though, just to get back to the why you here and why I used to see your posters and shit and watch them, and so do you feel like that the re-entry into the community is harder now, as far as, because sometimes it's just a corporal policy.
It's a lot easier now than it was per se like when I re-entered the community, because a lot of employers are now on board with hiring individuals that have background issues. A lot of companies have went from not background friendly to case by case, and it's based on the charge or the length of time. There's so many re-entry is the thing to do. Everyone wants to get behind it. So,
but like Leland, for example, him being a felon, as he already spoke on, this is a good guy. He just made a bad decision.
But like she said, my shit was 20. You know what I'm saying?
But you still made a bad decision, right?
No,
and you are a law-abiding citizen in society now.
I am now
a law-abiding
citizen. So then you made a bad decision.
Well, no, I know exactly what I was doing each time.
Just because you knew what you were doing doesn't mean that it was a bad decision. I knew what I was doing too, but it still was a horrible decision.
Well, to explain mine. So, all right, I'm on 15-year revolt. They say, well, you get caught again, it's a felony. I say, well, I can still get away with driving. So I continue to go out to clubs, drink and drive, go out, hang out, do whatever, you know what I'm saying, knowing that if I get pulled over, I'm getting a felony driving under reverend.
Right, so you knew what you were doing, but you also knew what it would lead to, which
and I
was
made
a bad decision.
Every time, every weekend. I made that same decision every weekend. You know what I'm saying? And so from Friday to Monday, I made that same decision every weekend.
Sunday, he said Monday.
And so I made it. And so with that said, you know what I'm saying? I always was able to eat everything I did. And people used to be like, well, why are you so comfortable? You know what I'm saying? With your situation and living in it. Because I always ran up under, if I made my bed, I'm going to lay it.
Yeah,
and so, you know, that's just what it was.
But I don't think that's the issue. I think that the majority of individuals who make bad decisions and go to prison do lay in their beds. But how do they effectively transition back into the community after? Like when you get up and the bed is made, then what?
Yeah. Well, sometimes everybody can't transition.
But why not? Everyone should be able to transition. I have done my time. The goal of Nebraska incarceration is rehabilitation. So why can't I transition?
Because,
like you could.
Well, the thing is that you have people that they give chances to. That's the same way.
No, people create their own chances.
So that's just like the current juvenile system, not to get too far off. Their thing is to send, no matter what the charge is, they send the kids home. They don't hold them. They don't keep them in the facility.
Well, because when they weren't, then everyone was like, "Oh, they're sending all of our kids."
And they can't right.
So now that they're not, it's all they keep bringing my kid home.
And then, but the kids is re-offended.
Yeah, because they don't have a consequence.
Okay, so then it's the same.
They're a child though, so you can't put.
But but even when you go with adulthood, and so we can. I'm not trying it. I'm not. It's tied to second chances as far as felony wise.
A child deserves a million chances.
Period.
Yes. Oh, matter of fact, no. But speaking on that, I think you got
a million chances.
You got a organization right now that's helping single parents, right?
Right.
What is that about?
I'm working with just doing some contract work with the system and trying to find alternative solutions to everything that's going on in the community with the youth. As you see, it's a lot.
Do you think that's tied to single parenthood?
No.
Okay.
I don't, because I know great parents who are I know kids that come from two-parent amazing households that are still caught up in the same thing. I think it's the result of mixing and matching in the school systems and kids meeting other kids and being influenced. I think a huge amount of it is from social media. A lot of the beef in the street starts on Instagram,
right? Starts
on Twitter, and just gets out of control. And
so that's just like we all over the place. But that's just like me and him was talking, and I was just like, there is no more boundaries when you have social media. That's just like when we was younger.
That's the problem.
When we was younger and able for someone to know that you was in the game, you had to be outside. You know what I'm saying? You had to be. You had to be there. You know what I'm saying?
Now you can just like a picture and start claiming that half of them haven't even been to the block.
Yeah.
And then they could upload all. You know, that's one thing. Like other populations that have band together to get things banned from social media. That's where we should be starting at, because once kids upload anything that says whatever,
guns,
you know, all these type of things, it should be flagged,
blocked,
reported.
And do you include rappers in that?
Well, it depends on what they're rapping about.
All these rappers, Pooh Shiesty, all they rap about
is
murder.
They push that agenda on social
kids
media.
Are doing it. Because they following them and wanting to be like them.
Rico said cop kids is just as bad. I mean, I personally don't tie any individual to the behavior of another individual, regardless of their upbringing, or you know what I'm saying? Because it all comes down to individualism, what that individual wants to do. But we done got so far off. Do we want to go back to? Tell them about any programs.
Yeah, we about to get to the real topic.
Yes, tell them about any programs that you think that they should know about that's currently going on, that it will be going on in the future. Do you have anything offhand?
Well, I am still working on the parent workshops for parents of youth that are at risk, into gang violence, drugs, things like that. There's a ton of Christmas programs to help families in need. Everything. So all that information is on my page. I have my own give back going, so donate to GoFundMe if you can.
What's the name of the GoFundMe?
The B Project Holiday Gift Back.
B Project Holiday Gift Back.
All right, you ready?
Okay.
All right, it's time.
We
about to jump into some real topics. Time to hit our topics. Shout out to Raquel. She's going to join us, and she now becomes a part of the cast.
She's now one of the family.
Yes. So we got topics to go through. First topic is the question of the day. Question of the day today was Rick Ross made a post, and he said, "What's more important, time or money?" Let's watch this quick little 15-second clip.
No, the question is, what mean the most to you, money or time? What mean the most to you? If it's money, what type of money? If it's time, the question is, who would you spend your last 24 hours with? No.
All right, so boom. It was. I told you it was a 15-second clip. I find myself in this space to where, like, the struggle to make the most money is kind of out of reach for me.
Go ahead, talk.
The struggle to make the most money is no longer important to me. I'm realizing just being able to have income and being able to still have 16 hours of my day is more important at this point. Like, I used to chase so much money, and I'm still broke. Like, I used to work 16-hour days, and I still didn't have money. So at this point, I'm going to give my opinion, and then we can ring it around. We'll go with Raquel first. I definitely think time is more important because money, it dissolves in a matter of days. So focus on being happy at work. Key, be happy at work, because that's important to your time. And then second thing is, it's not about the income, it's about having income. So as long as you have a job, make sure that job doesn't consume you to the point where time is not of the essence. Now, Raquel.
Well, hold on, I got a quick question.
Yes, sir.
I want you to respond. So you say money dissolves quick as you get it.
I just feel like I chase so much money in my life.
But you press the issue of generational wealth. Generational wealth that breaks generational.
But you don't have to work yourself to death to create.
Yeah, that's what
generational wealth is about working smarter, not harder. It's about making the right financial choices and setting yourself up and your kids up for the future. It's about planning and long-term wealth and budgeting.
So, but it takes money
but
to
not a whole
create
lot.
that time.
I put $50 in an account for my son. Every check, it just automatically comes out.
Okay.
At 2 months, it was nothing. At 8 years old, it has grown so much.
In the Roth IRA?
In just a regular account.
Just a
regular
account.
Take that money, put it in an IRA or college savings plans. By the time you're 18, generation.
And that's the thing about it. It doesn't take $50. A motherfucker working a minimum wage job can afford $50 a month for, $50 a check for generational wealth growth. So when I say generational wealth, listen.
It takes money though.
But
not
over a period of time.
The whole point of generational wealth, sir, is all of these people I see die. We have GoFundMes. We need to bury this person. All I'm saying is generational wealth to me is a family that can live comfortably. When I want to take my wife and kids on a vacation, or my mom passed and I can bury her, I don't want the wealth of fucking Amazon Prime fucking man. I just want to be happy and stable. So when I say generational,
you don't want Bezos wealth.
Yeah, I don't want Bezos wealth. I want to be able to give my kids something when I leave, and they can bury me with just worrying about the celebration.
So you just want an insurance policy.
I just
want an insurance policy. That's $15. Go ahead, man.
All right, go ahead. What's your opinion? What's more important, money or time?
Time is huge. Is everything to me. Time is priceless. If there's one thing doing time taught me is that you cannot get
it back.
Yeah. So I miss time with my daughter. You know, she's still at 23. Remembers that, talks about it. You know, I missed 2 birthdays out of like 23. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's still a big deal for her.
Right.
And so
let me get some of these comments. I'm gonna get some comments after Rondo. Rondo, what's your opinion?
I'm gonna go the same way y'all swinging. I'm saying time.
Time.
Because when I used to work a lot. I used to do a lot of weekends way back, and
I
you know what I'm saying?
Working overtime like a motherfucker.
Yeah. So them weekends, I wish I could have had back in the day, you know what I'm saying? Because all kids' events is on weekends, you know what I'm saying? So, and I lost a lot of that shit just trying to go to work and work. Man, fuck that shit.
I'm telling you, I am low key embarrassed at the amount of money I make hourly, but I'm happy at the same time. I'm happy because for the first time in my life, and me and my boss had this conversation. I work for UPS, and he's a black owner. He owns his own store, and I said to him, I wanted to work for you. It wasn't about the actual pay. It was about being able to have a conversation with a person that can relate to me and a person that understands my struggle. So every day, me and him is in there chopping it up about some real shit. He'd be like, you know how the motherfuckers, you know. And I've never had a owner. I ain't talking about, I said, sir, I made the most money I've ever made for 2 years, and then my job fired me for no reason. Like, I literally was fired. So at that point, like, I can't keep chasing checks. I have to go to work every day, and I have to be happy, and I have to be comfortable with where I'm at in life. I don't want for nothing. I eat every day, and my daughter just sent me her Christmas list. She's going to get those presents. That's what life is. So at the end of the day, I really feel like money is not everything. Time is more important, and being comfortable in your surroundings. Like you said, you miss weekends with your kids.
Yeah, and time is more important even with any relationship. You can break that down to any relationships. Even with you gonna give your time to who the fuck you want to give it to. If you don't think a motherfucker worth your time, you ain't even gonna pick the phone up when they call.
Like you said to me 2 weeks ago when we were supposed to have this conversation. You and Leland give me an hour of y'all fucking week, twice a week. I want to tell you, nigga, that ain't enough time, but I accept the time.
Nigga, that's all you get. We done here together. We on the same time. You come in at 8 just like you come in at 8. But now with that, so
what's your opinion? You didn't even give your opinion yet.
Well, my opinion is that I will also agree that time, because motherfuckers be like, I got 2-3 jobs. I tell them whatever I can't. In the 40-hour, in the 80-hour paycheck,
I gotta agree with you, bro.
whatever I can't earn to get in that 80 hours, I don't deserve. You know what I'm saying? I'm not working 2-3 jobs. You know what I'm saying? But you also can see it to where individuals who say they work more than 80 hours and able to generate wealth. So I see it on both sides. But me personally, I go time, you know what I'm saying? Because if I ain't earned it, then I don't deserve it.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing nothing.
I just don't think generational. I just feel like the way to create generational wealth is not by working a whole lot.
Yeah.
It's about making what you have work for you.
Okay.
That's just like someone making smart decisions with their credit and getting a mortgage and buying a house per se. Their mortgage could be $600 while somebody else is working 100 hours a week and paying $1,800 in rent. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's just about making smart choices and making what you do have work for you.
I can agree with that.
So let me hit a couple of these comments. Brandy said time is everything. Shout out to Dooley. Make sure y'all like and share. Dooley said you can get money back, not the time. Katie said I want LaRon wealth. Back in the day when I worked a lot, I'm still living that, sir. Well,
who said that? Katie said she's still leaving the bread?
She said I want LaRon wealth. Back in the day when I worked a lot, I'm still living that, sir. Okay. Rodrigo said, man, folks don't understand broke happy. I agree with you, Rodrigo.
Broke happy.
Broke happy. I can tell you what that is.
I'm broke happy.
Crooks. I'm broke happy right now.
Is that what Cube said?
I'm broke happy.
You broke happy?
I'm broke happy. You want to see? I had an
Give me an example.
I had an eviction notice on my door today.
Okay.
And I'm happy.
Because you can pay it? But if you couldn't pay it,
I had an eviction.
You'd be sad. We probably wouldn't be doing this show.
This
nigga, we got definitely
hey, LaRon, it's the 7th.
We got problems tonight. We can't come on.
If y'all don't believe me, I'll show y'all the receipt right now. I have an eviction
notice. That's because you can pay it.
Well, but I'm just telling you, broke happy.
So money,
but I'm still broke. Because if I wasn't broke, I would have never had an eviction notice on my door. The point that Rodrigo is making is that, like, you don't have to have everything. Like, even my boss. All right, my boss was... Yeah, my boss, he owns 3 stores, rich as hell, wealthy as fuck. And I sat up this man. I sat and watched this man stare at the ceiling by himself today. And I kept like, damn, what's wrong with you, boss? He said his nephew just got found. They found lumps, and he got cancer, and he got a hell of a fight. They basically said he's not gonna make it. His nephew is 50 years old, and then he said, you and your fellow employee was arguing over $1.50 receipt. Who's right or wrong? He's like, when I got shit going on at home, my daughter got MS, my nephew is dying from cancer, and that's what I'm saying. Like time, and that's what I was trying to explain to him. This man has all the money. He said, I can retire today. I can sell all of these buildings. I'll be good. He's still sad and he's still hurt because at the end of the day, it don't matter how much money you got. When it's time for you to go, it's time for you to go. So why not just fucking enjoy waking up every day?
Well, only thing I'm going to do, I'm going to quote 50 Cent. Like you said, if money don't make you happy, you just ain't quite made enough money. And so, you said that you was happy because you got the eviction, but you got the money.
No, I was a joke, so I don't want to get too far into the joke.
Oh, so then said, yeah. You got people on here talking about. I thought you was for real.
Y'all want to hear my cash app? It's Anthony that dude.
I mean, he playing with the homeless. Listen. You got the homeless he playing with that really can't pay their rent.
Put in that time with motherfuckers that's gonna take care of you.
Well, now I do agree that time is. That's just like, I'm not working more than 40 hours a week.
I agree.
Even if it's, give me a point, man. Listen, if it's mandatory, give me a point. And you know what I'm saying? I'm just sitting
right, so what about as a child? Because my son is 20 years old and he works 6 days a week and he has no time to really do nothing but sleep. In your opinion, does age matter too? Because I feel like working more hours at a young age is understandable.
Do he got other things that more important that he need to?
No, he should be working less now. He has no responsibility, no children, no rent to pay, no lights. Of course. But that's different than when it's your sole responsibility.
Yeah.
And so,
he should be.
He should be having a vacation, traveling. Having fun.
At 20, how the fuck you gonna do that with no bank account, no money? You didn't have no generational wealth. None was brought down.
Because he don't have that many bills. He should be stacking his money to do what he wants. I don't know if he got family out of town or not.
$800, 14 days. $800 every 14 days should be enough for any person with no responsibility to have fun. And 13 days later, you're getting another $1,800. And that's only if you're making $10. That's if you're making $10 an hour.
Right.
And you're getting paid $800, $700 every 14 to 13 days. And you don't have no responsibility. I'm going to have a fucking blast.
Let's hit some of these comments before we get to your topic, bro. Yo-Yo, shout to Yo-Yo.
What Yo-Yo say?
Say something Sunday. Something happened. Facebook and Meta kept taking down the show.
What's Meta?
Meta. I told you. They made me do some weird shit in the computers today.
Tell the fans what's Meta.
Meta is an app that Facebook is requiring people to use now if they want to use gadgets.
Oh, okay.
So, all right. So, for example, how I use this gadget? No, how I use this gadget right here. Facebook was telling me I can't do that anymore.
It's the Instagram name too, right?
Meta. It's the same company.
Yeah. So when me and the women tried to do the show Sunday, it kept kicking us offline every time I would like try to do any type of. I basically had to sign a new agreement, and it's working now. So we're good, ladies, for next Sunday if you guys want to do it.
Damn.
Let's see. Rodrigo said if he's not in the game or a goal, hell, he got to slow down. All right, I understand that. Nisi, shout out to Janice from Say Something Sunday. The show is pre-recorded. Y'all can watch it on Smartest Dumb People page. Go check it out. Janice said it's more reasons for him to work so he can make enough money to really enjoy his freedom.
Because this is going to be the only time in his life that he is living for free. Well, but you say that he...
all 20-year-olds, 21-year-olds help pay bills in their parents' home.
Not me.
Not me.
Yeah,
well, I'm about to say even if I live with him and his mom, he would
not mine.
It depends on what type of parent you are.
Yeah. Right. So you don't require that?
No.
Okay.
Because I want my daughter to go to school and have an education and set herself up for generational wealth. Yeah. I feel like too many families
I agree.
like
My son
that
is doing good in
require
school
that.
for sure. No,
And because of that-
I'm not pushing the bills on him.
Yeah, I work with so many students that have so many personal issues at home, having to like be responsible adults.
But I think I do think they should take some accountability.
Pay their bills, maybe pay the phone bill or their car note. But paying my bills in my house, no.
Yeah, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly.
But I understand. But I do understand that everyone's situation is different.
So that's
and
just
that
like
some parents do need it.
So that's
there's
just
nothing
like
wrong with
correct.
that. I know I come from a place of privilege to
Yeah.
where I didn't have to require my daughter to do
Right.
that. But I do understand those that do.
So that's just like my 21-year-old, she moved out. My 19-year-old, he moved out when he was 18. One of my other 18-year-olds, he just moved out last month. And so we only got one other 18-year-old at home. And so like I tell them, I don't need no help here. You know what I'm saying? But
get yourself together.
What you have to do is that prepare yourself for the real world.
But I think that's the problem. Too many folks, not saying you personally,
No, go ahead.
but too many folks wait till their kids get grown and then it's like, prepare yourself for the real world. When we should be really empowering and teaching our kids these skills their entire life. Like my son is 8. I teach him financial literacy now. I didn't do it with my daughter. I didn't have the awareness.
Because you didn't have the awareness.
Exactly. So we should be teaching our kids these skills now so that when they become grown, it's already inherently in them.
Can I segue?
Go ahead.
Can I segue?
Go ahead.
All right, it's time for a segue. Topic.
Hold on, I thought I want
Segue.
to touch on what she said.
It's about to hit home.
Hold
Give
on.
me a chance.
All right, go ahead, go ahead.
So, pictures of young men out there with kitchen sets have been prevalent right now, and it's a debate. So we're going to have a debate. They had the debate on Say Something Sundays. Check it out on the Smartest Dumb People page. Basically, this young man with a kitchen set, people were criticizing his parents, saying that he shouldn't be doing it, blase, blase. I was just saying, she said she had an 8-year-old, so why not segue into this? So, Raquel, you said that you're teaching your child at 8 years old life skills. The women on our panel Sunday was debating. Janice was stating that her kid should be able to play whatever toy he wants to. Maxwell was saying that her son is not going to be changing no diapers on no toys or doing nothing like that. Now, and Yolanda actually cleaned it up really nice and said that teaching your child life skills, as you said, is not, or financial literacy at a young age is not going to hurt them.
That's two different things.
Yeah, I was about to say that's not the same.
Life skills
it's not though, because let me tell you this. I know too many grown-ass men that's dependent on grown-ass women for everything. My son ain't going to need a bitch. He going to know how to cook, clean, do laundry, a woman, a lady, or whatever. My son do whatever I do around the house with me. Because that's the problem, is that these men are not men because they can't do. This is not the 1930s. Ain't nobody barefoot in the kitchen while the man go to work and bring home all the bread. Majority of the time, sometimes women are making more than men. They're working more than men. The problem is people with that mentality, not saying just the kitchen set, but not teaching their sons. These sons have been raised to depend on their mamas for everything, and then they get grown and look for their mamas in the women and can't be productive and hold down relationships or thrive. They don't want to contribute to the household in no type of way. They lazy, they trifling. No.
Outside shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so you feel like that a kitchen set will make the man become independent as a man at a young age.
A kitchen set is giving him the idea that it's okay to be a woman.
No, not to be a woman. It's okay to cook and feeding yourself is a life skill.
That's a life skill.
It's a life skill. You have to eat to live.
So that's the same way changing the tire comes natural.
And girls should know how to do it.
And so changing the tire, changing the flat, checking your oil, these are
even changing a diaper. I don't want to have a kid. Do I want to have a kid by a man and I got to be the only one changing my baby diaper?
Yeah, no, but that won't happen. But
that if you're saying A plus B equals C.
Well, here go the thing though, because when you pull a diaper out, you see the tabs. You see it come to the front.
That doesn't mean
we're talking about the most minimum.
Let me tell you, I know a lot. I work with a lot.
Yeah.
My friends, my family, a lot are LGBTQ+, and they wasn't playing with no fucking kitchen set.
Hey, let me.
It doesn't matter.
Well, they jump the rope.
Let me
Why the
throw this
niggas
in
was
here.
playing? Hold on, time out. Why the motherfuckers was playing football?
No.
These motherfuckers over there.
The activities that you
Hold on. Let me break that up.
Yeah, and
Hey,
motherfuckers sitting there.
I'm listening.
hold on, LB. Hold on.
What are they doing?
The thing is,
do the double dutch with me.
I
Raquel.
believe,
do the double
when
dutch.
you come into a parental situation, you can't be in your parents' house. So if you in your if you get in that situation with a man and a woman, I think you need to be together in the house instead of depending on anything. Because then it breaks down on to that individual, that couple. So it's going to be the woman or the man to do it.
Right.
Instead of the mom helping or
But
anybody
Mom cooks
else.
a lot though. Like, and he like.
I cooks like a motherfucker.
Me too.
I cook better than my old lady.
Have you always?
What?
Have you always?
I have always. You know why? Because when I was on my own, I had to do it, even though I was raised with my mom.
So you be in the kitchen, so you just in a bigger kitchen set.
Well, no, hold on. The thing is this, is that, and I always talk about it, and I'm not, my mom was addicted to drugs. And so I learned, I was breaking down whole chickens at 10, 12, 11, you know what I'm saying, 13 years old, and frying them, you know what I'm saying? They wasn't coming in.
All right, but your life skills, not no. Listen,
you couldn't get a leg
and I gotta say this.
You know what I'm saying?
This is no jab at moms, because she raised a young man that is an individual. But listen,
Most High raised the young man.
All right, but listen.
Only thing my mom did was birth me. The Most High put.
But your mom's not being there. Your life skills kicked in for yourself. You had to teach yourself how to do this shit. But you
didn't have a choice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
no, I had a choice. I could have sat there and starved, like a lot of men do, like a lot of women do,
choice, right?
like a lot of children do. I could have sat there. I could have sat there and starved.
That means you didn't have a choice.
So it's either starve or eat.
That means you have no choice.
I could have sat there and said, I don't know how to cook chicken.
Did you get
the same way?
Did you get those skills from watching your mom, or you got in there from?
My mom wasn't that type of mom.
But so you just got in there, battered that bitch up, cut that
shit
down.
Look.
That's what you had to learn. You had to teach yourself. But had you had a kitchen set,
if I'd have had a kitchen set, then that mean that my mom would have had to been there to get that meal, and I'm sitting there with my apron on, and I'm cooking up, and I'm doing big mama shit. You got the buttermilk biscuits. Look, get them buttermilk biscuits and butter them buttermilk.
Shout out to Janice. Janice said we want our children to be self-sufficient. Rodrigo said, but they taught those life skills in school.
No, they not.
Home ec?
Home ec?
It's no longer a thing.
Oh shit!
This nigga Rico, come on, Rico, stop that.
Listen. Well, we did have cooking class.
You goddamn
right. You sign up for it. It's an elective. You got to pick it.
And you was growing
up, home ec was required. Everyone had to take it.
Home ec, yeah.
Whoever made a proper cake in home ec, raise their hand.
Not home ec. It wasn't called home ec.
Yeah, well, you're cooking. You just
he wasn't in that. He wasn't in that.
I was too busy running around with LaRob.
I won the chili cook-off and the pie bake-off.
That means y'all cook chili?
You goddamn right.
Where y'all get the hamburger meat?
Shit, North, nigga. Shit, I ain't lying. You a goddamn fool.
And the damn.
Yeah.
Miss Faulkner class?
No, it's a white lady. Miss Andrews.
Miss Faulkner was.
Miss Andrews, boy.
When you was up there?
Yeah.
Hey, no, Miss Faulkner was up there when LaRob was up there.
All right.
And when it was Miss Faulkner?
I don't know.
So can we hit?
No, you had two.
Can we hit one more topic before we get out of here? Young lady comes out and said the reason. Let's do it. We'll save your topic for Friday.
Which one?
The shooter. Or you want?
Oh yeah, no, we will save it because that's in depth, and we got and there's so many levels.
Yeah, so let's do the young lady.
I wish we could have did it with a positive woman, black woman here with a sense and a head on her with a head on her shoulder. No pun intended. You know what I'm saying? That was able to be able to break down and run it down. So we'll save it until she comes back.
All right.
I want to save it until she comes back.
So can we do the relationship one?
Hold on, let me find out. When next time you gonna be a guest on the show?
I'm available anytime I make it open. All
right, so look.
Friday.
Come back Friday.
That nigga, you can't get out on.
Oh no, bro. Well, I want to break down this relationship video. The lady basically is saying that you can't expect, you have to hold yourself accountable in relationships, and that's the problem with a lot of people because they expect shit from others, but they don't want to be accountable for themselves. So let's watch this video. I'm gonna turn it up so you can listen.
Rico, who you say capping?
Question that so many females and some men have nowadays. Why struggle with a man? Why would I be doing bad with a man when I can do bad all by myself, or I can do better by myself? You don't have teamwork skills. You don't work well with others. Bitch, you don't know how to communicate. Ho, you don't know how to operate in a household where everything don't just go your way. That is why you do better by yourself. Y'all mamas didn't tell y'all this part. They told y'all the first part, well, you shouldn't be struggling with a man. She didn't tell you that if you don't acquire the skills to work well with others, bitch, you won't be able to do better with others. This is why a lot of y'all don't understand the concept that you can be in a group or a team and things should be going better. But if y'all don't know how to organize, if you don't know how to manage emotions, if you don't got boundaries, you will use one another up. You will always feel like a victim if you don't have goals and the right mindset. If you can't take personal accountability for your choices, you will be in a space where it will feel like it's worse with a partner than it is by yourself. Y'all be thinking y'all be knowing everything and don't be knowing the fuck thing. Typing up these posts with great attitude in them, you could tell. Don't argue with me, argue with your mammy. No, you should actually go argue with your mammy for telling you that half truth. She didn't bring it all the way full circle. The stuff you just typed don't make sense. The shit you run around saying to niggas don't make sense. Well, why would I stay with you and struggle when I can just be? It works out well when you're by yourself because you don't know how to work with others. You ever seen children that don't know how to share? They don't know how to play with other children because all they feel like is everything belongs to them. So they don't share their toys. They don't know how to play games to take turns. Don't know how to let somebody go and then they go after or they go first and then move out of the way and let the other person go. So your kid be sitting off crying by themselves with no friends, no social relationships. Nobody wants to be around them. They can be as spoiled as they.
All right, so that was the actual video. The young lady basically said people are not. And like me and Raquel was just talking about, we don't have to call it about women. We're calling it about, we can make this definitely unisex because it works on all levels and on both parties. And she's basically saying, if you're not a people's person and you're not willing to be a team player, male or female, it's not going to work in a relationship. You can't expect this woman to cook and not go in there and help her cook, chop the onions. You can't expect this man to go to work every day and not at least try to go find a job. This is all a partnership that me and you and Tori even had a conversation about damn near a year ago. A relationship is a partnership, and it's never going to be equal. Sometimes you're going to do 80, sometimes you're going to do 20. You know what I'm saying? Like we know, like I said, you cooked the turkey on Thanksgiving. I'm sure Gina cooked the macaroni and cheese or whatever you felt needed to be cooked. Yeah. Some people in relationships expect a person in the kitchen by themselves.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I feel like that relationship is a business deal. I don't think that is 50-50. I think that a lot of relationships is looked at as love and lust instead of what it actually is. Individuals getting in a relationship, the first thing they think of is who's going to go have.
But
who can afford?
But all right, but don't change the angle of this young lady saying.
Well, I don't agree with her. But go ahead.
The young lady is saying, if you want a relationship to work, you got to learn how to work well with others and understand that you can't expect a motherfucker to give you 90% while you give 10% the whole time. You might give 10% one day and then give 90% the next day. That's what she's saying.
You can't be in a relationship. Anybody. I don't give a fuck. And so she directed it towards women, which I don't know why. Who? But the young lady in the video.
No, she said, bitch, you can't. She basically said, bitch, you take the word bitch and nigga, and then you make it. No, she
kept saying your man.
I know, but I'm saying, but I think that's her angle. That's her angle because she's a woman and she's speaking to like you can't expect a motherfucking man to go to work every day while you sitting on your ass. That's all. It has nothing to do with her just taking it's not gender based.
Oh, okay, so all right, so we take the gender based out.
But you're just saying you gotta show up to.
Okay,
it's like a job.
So you cannot
you gotta
work.
show up when you don't want to.
So if you're in a relationship with a motherfucker that get paid every Friday, they go to the casino and they blow their check, then they come home Saturday morning.
But that person is not holding himself accountable. Listen,
hold on.
That person that lost the money, that person that lost the money for 5 weeks straight at the casino is not holding themselves accountable. Now, let me tell you something. I give you an example. I lost $1,000 last week, right? I'm holding myself accountable, making sure I don't do that this week.
Are you gonna pay the $1,000 back?
Yeah.
Because if you lose $1,000 and now we can't pay the lights, and then that motherfucker have to come out of their pocket to replace that $1,000 that they lost. But they can do that by themselves.
Accountable is when I make a mistake or when I fuck up or when I do anything.
It's the 3 A's. What is it? Like you apologize for it. You assure that it won't happen again. You know what I'm saying? So that's what she's saying. You got to communicate, have teamwork.
I can understand that. And so if you give me $500, right, and say, honey, pay the lights. Okay,
and he go trick it off.
Then I go trick the $500 off. And then I say, well, honey, you know, I went over there and I thought I was gonna bust a move. The move didn't work. But the lights is still about to be turned off. And you go, well, honey, here go another $5. Go pay the lights. And then I go take that $5 and pay the lights. And you're like, well, damn, I just paid out $1,000. Because for you to go pay the lights, I could have did that on my own.
But listen, true story.
I don't need you to spend my $500.
True story. Years ago, I'm talking about fucking 17
Can you feel that?
I can't. But 17 years ago, I lost $1,800. My wife gave me $1,800 to pay the license plates for our cars. I took the $1,800 to the casino, lost it. I came home, baby, I lost the money. The next day, she gave me the money again, another $1,800. I went to the casino and I lost the $1,800 again.
This for real?
This just really happened. So listen. Ever since that day, though, I lost $3,600. Ever since that day, I have not played a hand of black. That's cap. But I have not went to the casino and not thought about that moment. I don't gamble at the casino anymore. I do bet on football and basketball sports. But I have not bet at the casino since I lost that $3,600. But that's me holding myself accountable.
Was she working in the framework of teamwork? When she gave you $3,600?
Yeah, but that
was teamwork.
But listen, let me tell you what the lady is trying to say. You're not holding yourself accountable when she can't give me money again and I'll go do this. I haven't done it since. I haven't went to the casino again.
Hold on, y'all chime in the crowd. We're going to pass this to someone else. Because I'm confused.
I don't think she's talking about just one or two isolated situations. She's saying as a whole, a relationship cannot work without communication.
Two $1,800 transactions,
still
and you do the same thing.
You gonna throw
I may bring up. I could have did that on my own. I could have gave you the 18, went to the casino and blew my own 18. I didn't need you to blow both of them.
Do you have a partner in your home?
Yes.
So are you saying that you guys don't work together?
Honestly, no.
I expected a better
answer. You know what I'm saying? No, but you don't know what you're saying, sir. And so we don't want to sit here. I don't sit here and make believe. And me and this woman know we just had an argument before I came to the show. You know what I'm saying? About how finances is spent in a home. And so I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? And so
all right, I get it.
And so me and my woman, I love her to death. My woman, Shannon Crawford, I love her to death. She bad with money. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let's not be putting her business out here.
Well, no.
I'm bad with money too. I'm bad with money too.
And so she's bad with money. You know what I'm saying?
I'm terrible with money.
I ain't got no. I don't have nothing. I don't put on no facades or airs or nothing. And so she's bad with money. So we had this discussion previous to me coming here. You know what I'm saying? Which is why I'm drinking. I ain't drunk in 3 weeks.
I didn't mean to bring up like.
No, but
I was just saying that like.
But you was insinuating.
I was insinuating.
insinuating.
I was insinuating
I would
that,
let them know.
What did I insinuate though?
That you saying, so your old lady don't do that? That's hard to tell. You know what I'm saying? Some weird shit.
I didn't hear that either.
We'll play it back.
Well, I think the important thing is that no matter what, in order for any relationship to be effective and successful, people have to work together. Whether that's paying bills together, whether that's just communicating together, whether that's co-parenting together.
Is that understanding shortcomings? And
well,
so,
of course.
Okay. And so
shortcomings should come with accountability and communication.
Accountability.
Even though, so she say.
So
if an individual say, "Yeah, I'm bad with money," I understand that, and they keep doing the same thing.
Well, if you know that they bad with money, then you move differently. So if they say I'm bad with money, I'm telling you I'm bad with money. Well, if I know that, then I'm not giving you my $1,800 to go pay this. I'm gonna go pay it myself.
And that's what happened with me. That's what happened with me and my wife.
To get better with money.
That's what happened with my kids.
That's insane for me. It would be
criminally
insane for me to give you money and you telling me you bad with it.
And to be honest with you, that was part of the fall with me because she wouldn't give me the money.
Exactly. Like once you fuck up, that's it. Like,
and even if y'all doing 50-50 and then the person can't come with their 50 because they bad with money.
Just because you bad with money don't mean you can't come with your.
That's
your
what happens.
Well then, and it's like she said. Sometimes it's just like he
so
said.
You
one day I'm gonna give 10%. The other day I'm gonna give 90%. It's just like a job. You got to show. It's like a salaried employee.
You might as well give me the whole check.
I'm salaried. It's some weeks I work 30 hours. It's some weeks I work 60. It's sometimes I got to go when I don't want to. When it's snowing outside, that's how relationships are.
Rendell, Rendell.
I got something to say.
Rendell, you know what I'm saying?
I got something to say.
You already know, man. That's my sister. I love her to death. But the facts is a fact.
I got something to say.
Well, go ahead.
Now it's time to say goodbye to all my Negro friends and Caucasians.
Hey, well, hold on. We got to cover before you do that. You got to let them know about the personal and casual class. That's important.
The
Series 7
is the insurance producer program. It's free through Metro. Whoop whoop. Go MCC. It's on my page. Check the page.
What's your page?
Raquel Henderson.
They don't know that, man. You got people that
I got her literally name on our show.
They don't know that. Maybe what's your page?
Everybody know my page. Hey, look.
It ain't Anthony Johnson.
This is the smartest dumb people. Say goodbye. Hey, this is the smartest dumb people. Anthony that dude Johnson, LV the Great, Quando Rondo, Raquel, thank you for coming through, sis.
Hey,
we appreciate you.
This
is the smartest dumb people. Y'all have a great night. I got messages saying, what's up with the show? 1, 2, where you still got kids writing essays on 472. Shout out to Chris, he came through.
Came back there. And you go, okay. And she said,
okay, he done. It's not money, baby. They don't